top 5 enforcers of all time. Racer, do you want to lead off on this one here?
Yeah. Do we want to go like 5 to 1
Sure.
and go like each of us take our 5 and then each of us go 4? Do we want to do it that way?
Okay.
All right.
I will say my list is a little bit different. So
what'd you do?
Well, I didn't feel right like doing the all time. So I took the ones the top guys that I thought from like our generation.
Okay.
All right.
So there'll be a little.
That works.
I added 2 guys from a generation like couple generations earlier. So that's my 5th. So I have to go. I have to put him here because he's one of the best people that I know, and I've just heard nothing but craziness about him. Is Terry O'Reilly, the Tasmanian Devil, Terry O'Reilly. So going back a lot further, the rest of the guys are kind of younger, but Terry O'Reilly is my number 5 all time.
Number 5. You know what? Number 5 for me, and I tried to span all the generations as much as I could as possible. Okay. There's obviously the bias in terms of what you know, what you've seen, but number 5 on my list, I've got Gordie Howe. And just for everything that like the amount of stories that I've heard from people that played with Gordie, the stories that his own son, Mark Howe, who, if you want to go into our Clearing the Crease archives, with Mark Howe and the story that he shared New Year's Day at a practice, what he did to a teammate. Do you guys remember that one?
Oh yeah, that's right. You remember that? Yeah.
I won't. Anyway, check it out. So Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey. I mean, we call it a Gordie Howe hat trick, right? So Gordie certainly cleared. He didn't need anybody to protect him. So Gordie Howe's my number 5.
Okay. God, I don't know what order to put these guys in. I got full disclosure. I got 7 names on this piece of paper.
Sure,
and
that's all right.
They're all from like I said, this is not a shot against the older guys or the younger guys. They're all from like when I played, kind of when me and Razor kind of played. I guess I'll put whoever I decide to leave off, I'll put in the honorable mentions category. I don't know who to leave off this. You know what? I'll put number 5. I'll put Sean Thornton.
Sneaky. Yeah.
Sneaky.
I like that.
That guy, in my opinion, had one of the most impressive careers. He ended up winning 2 cups, right?
Yeah.
But before he even got started with Anaheim, he was in the minors fighting everybody for a decade.
Yeah.
Like it's an impressive career. I think his games played is like 700 or 800 games in the American League and the same thing in like the NHL, something around there. So a very impressive career.
Played golf with Thordy a couple weeks ago, and he's like, I'm always the toughest guy in every golf course. He's like, that's my favorite part of this. I can say whatever I want.
Great dude too, right?
He's the best guy. Yeah, so much fun. Yeah,
he's working for the Hawks now.
He's a big corporate guy. And then now he's got a big tournament here, charity tournament in Boston here the next couple.
Razor. So, when we get Johnny LaQuasto on here later, we need to go. They've got Ice Wars, maybe Golf Wars, and we get Nick Tarnasky from last year. And Gordon, and now let's find out who is it. Bang!
I know Tarns. We can make that happen.
Yes, please. Okay, number 4 on the list, Razor.
Number 4, I went now. So the next 4 are kind of in our era. Donald Brashear.
I got Donald as number 4 as well.
Hey, there we go. Cball.
Never lost a fight. I never saw him lose a fight.
Yeah, he was big and scary and mean out on the ice too.
Yes, he was. There's no question. So my number. God, I mean, why don't I go with Colton Orr?
Orzy.
Oh yeah,
he was tough.
He was very tough.
I fought that guy at first. I think he's a year younger than me, but I fought him he was with Boston to start.
He was with Providence, yeah.
Yeah. So before that, though, he went back to juniors, but there was like the little rookie tournament.
Oh,
and I was rookie as well.
So I would have played that game. I would have definitely been in that game for sure.
In like some little minor hockey rink. You were there?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. I fought him in that game, and I did pretty good. And I ended up fighting him, I think, like, long story short, I think I ended up fighting him like 5 times in my career. That was one. I fought him a couple times in the minors, and then I think he pounded me in New York in the NHL.
He got really tough as like time went on, right? Yeah. Like from the first time, like he really worked at it, and he really realized, like, Orzy got smart. Like he knew this is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to get to the NHL, by getting really good at this.
Yeah. Needless to say, every time I fought him, I did worse and worse and worse until I was getting beat up. And then I just stopped. I'm like, I'm done with that guy.
Our favorite hockey executive, Brian Burke, I remember him bringing Colton Orr into Toronto for just to add some of that truculence, as Burkey described back in those days.
Another great guy. Awesome guy. He's coaching hockey like down in Connecticut. I see him a lot too. It's funny.
Really?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Nice.
Number 3.
Oh, all right. So number 3 for me is my generation. A guy I played with in Sudbury for the Sudbury Wolves. A guy that's similar to Orrs. He was not a fighter when he was 16, 17. When I knew him, got bigger, got stronger, got better. Commie's smiling because he knows who I'm going to say right now. Yeah. Big Earn. Brian McGrattan turned into an absolute weapon by the late to mid 2010s. And again, this guy was like the sweetest kid. He still is the sweetest kid, but I knew him a lot different from junior hockey. And then I saw him when he was in the jungle for 3 years, and he came out on the ice. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
what happened?
Who is this? I didn't know Big Earn was Brian McGrattan. The one I did not put it together at all. And boy, oh boy, he was as tough as it got in that era. So Brian McGrattan, number 3.
Razor, I used, it's funny. My sounding board, I was talking to my dad about this, and, just as a sounding board to go back a little bit. And I was also talking to my buddy Ken Priestley, who won a cup with the Penguins early 90s, played years in the American League. And that was a name my dad was quick to mention. Maybe it's the Ottawa bias, but he was quick to throw out Brian McGrattan, just how tough he was for that period. My number 3, I've got Dave Semenko.
That's a good name.
I mean,
it was right there. It was right there for me. He was like 6. I went younger.
Yeah, and I just think that you look at all the stars in the history of hockey that, Gordie Howe obviously didn't need someone to protect him. Maurice Rocket Richard had those crazy eyes, and there's enough stories to tell you that Rocket Richard went a little bananas from time to time, so he didn't necessarily need the protection. Bobby Orr lasted less than a decade, so obviously people were out to murder him. Mario Lemieux had to deal with all the injuries as well. Who stayed healthy for the better part of his 20 years? 99.
Yeah.
No one went near him. Yeah. No one went near him.
And why did they not go near him? Because of that crazy mofo, Dave Semenko.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I met him once in Kelowna a few years ago. It's probably 10 years ago or something like that. Maybe even a little bit longer. I forget the name of the bar. Anyways, he was sitting in there, and there was a little just small event. It was probably 10, 12 years ago. Anyways, ended up sitting with him and talking to him. The nicest guy ever. Had a great conversation.
Wonderful,
but I'd look at him, and he was scary looking. His eyes. And he couldn't have been any nicer. Like, we were having a nice conversation. I was sitting there, but when I look at him, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, he's scaring me. He's not even trying. He's incredibly nice.
Commie, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because when I first moved to Vancouver in 2000, working as a reporter covering the Canucks, Dave Semenko was a Western scout for the Oilers.
Yeah.
And, here I am, 25 years old, but Semenko would come up into the press box all the time to watch games, and I'd see him all the time, and I'd often be sent to Edmonton as well. And every time he came up into the room, with a coffee in his hand, it was still like, holy it's Dave Semenko. Just waiting for that guy to snap at any moment, but a prince of a human being. But my God, he still scared the ish out of me.
Yeah, there's no question. Well, you took, full disclosure, I had Brian McGrattan as my number 1. I was saving him for later, so I'll mix in some other names. There's nobody I love more than Gratz. Gratz and I, after we got done, I don't know if I've told you this, but we were in Calgary at the same time when we retired, and we were looking for something to say. And I played with Gratz in Ottawa. Great guy, I love him. He's a great dude, and I still keep in touch to this day. But we started doing some training. We'd start doing we started doing Muay Thai boxing with one of our buddies, Jamie Kuntz, in Calgary. Anyways, I had to tell Gratz, I'm like, hey, Gratz, hey, I'm here for a workout, man. When we're I don't need you, because we would spar every once in a while and we just kind of wheel it around. And like, we weren't like trying to kill each other, like obviously, but like, I don't think he realized, like he just went straight forward. Next thing you know, I'm against the ropes and trying to dodge him from him, just knocking my teeth out. But anyways, great dude. I had him as my number one. I'll fire out. I got a couple names here. How about I'll go, Eric Goddard.
Oh, I played Godsey in Dallas.
I'll fire his, like, he's kind of undercover a little bit too. That guy was
not the biggest guy, not like compared to Big Earn and the crew.
But he fought them all.
He did.
Yeah, he's tough. I'll go with Goddard. That'll be.
I like it.
I'll fire him in there.
It's a good name. This is a good way of doing it. We're catching a lot of names.
I have some honorable mentions. Okay, number 2, Razor.
Chris Simon, scariest person I've ever seen on the ice. Just Chris Simon, kind of enough said. Never met him, never really wanted to meet him because, like the Semenko thing, like he just kind of just made me nervous. Like when he was on the ice, even in like when there wasn't craziness happening, I was still nervous. Like, this guy can do whatever he wants. Like, if someone runs their goalie, like I'm in trouble. Like, I'm in big trouble. So like he had that ability. So Chris Simon, number 2 for me.
Chris Simon even Brian Kilray couldn't tame Chris.
Nobody tamed him. He did whatever he wanted. That's what made him scary, right?
Yeah.
I have a cousin. Shout out to Charlie Felto, who ran with Chris. I think they get a little misbehavior from time to time in Ottawa. I'm sure Charlie don't mind me telling that story, but I'll keep it clean. But Chris Simon, you're right, as tough as they come. Tough as they come. I couldn't skill too. Like, man, that guy can play.
He could play. He could play for sure. I'm so happy I played with Chris Simon in Calgary. Oh. We traded for him. I'm like, yes. And then we were both in the hotel, right? Because I was like a mid-season call-up, and then I hurt my shoulder, and so we ended up spending a lot of time together that 03-04 year, because we were both in an international hotel. Dude, I was so happy. By the end of it, Chris and I are buddies. Like, we're going out. He didn't drink then, like he was off the bottle, but he'd come with me to the bar. We'd go to Cowboys. He'd just sit there, and he never had a drink, but I would hang out with him a lot. So then moving forward, now when I'm on a different team,
all good.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, what's up, Commie? I'm like, yes, I'm okay.
Gone, but certainly not forgotten. Chris Simon, who was one tough dude. Okay, so that's going through.
Okay, I'm just kind of firing them out here. Derek Bugard.
Oh, the boogeyman.
Yeah.
From our generation, that guy was scary. There's no question.
No question about it. Yeah, the boogeyman. My number 2, I've got Dave the Hammer Schultz.
Yeah.
The Hammer.
The Hammer. At a time, like, probably the most fearsome team in the history of hockey, the Broad Street Bullies of the 1970s, and he was he was the craziest of them all, right? And so, I think the list is incomplete if Dave the Hammer Schultz is not somewhere in the conversation.
Yeah, no question.
It's a good
flyer
list.
flew. It's funny. I just showed a buddy of mine. He had never heard the call, but there was the legendary Bob Cole call from when the Flyers played the Soviet Red Army in the mid 70s.
Yeah,
and they basically the Russians just basically throw their heads like. You're watching the footage, like, it is just guys, chicken wings for days. And
Bobby Clark slashed the guy's arm off, didn't he? Was that the one, or was that like 72?
No, that was 70. That was 72.
That was 76. 72.
But this is the 76 matchup, and it is a gong show. And the officials, like, their whistles, they basically just toss them into the crowd, and like it is.
That was a good idea.
Prison rules. And the Bob Cole classic call is like, they're going home.
Yeah, who came up with that idea? I wonder.
Yeah. So Dave the Hammer Schultz, number 2. Number 1. I feel like we're all probably on the same page in number 1, but let's throw it out there, Rays.
Well, it's Probie, yeah. It's Probie for me. The Probert thing, like, so my cousin married Darren McCarty. He played in Belleville. They were together. I don't think they were married at the time, but Darren was with the Detroit Red Wings in 93, 94, like in that era.
Yeah.
And the highlight, I got to go a couple weekends, 1 weekend a year. I went a couple years in a row, and in '94, Bob was still there, and to get to meet, that was like, that's who I wanted to meet. I know if you've seen the documentary, it's the same thing. Like Stevie talks about, all the guys talk about, like, you roll into town, no one wanted to see Steve Yzerman. They wanted to see Bob Probert. And as a 14-year-old kid, I was exactly the same. So, but he was playing against him even. It wasn't the same in the early 2000s, but being on the ice with him and just having the mythology that he had. And again, that documentary they made the last year and a half is absolutely incredible. My kids have watched it a few times. And for me, it's Bob Probert, and he kind of stands alone, even though those old guys were tough. Probie changed it and made it different. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that. I mean, you took my number one, McGrattan, like I said, from kind of our era.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just give you all the rest of the names. Like, I'll put George Larac.
Yeah.
Yes, I struggled with that one.
Yeah, I mean, he was tough. Thank God he was nice. Like, if he was mean, he would have been he was a problem anyways. But like, I don't think he liked fight. Well, he didn't. I don't think he liked fighting, and like, he did it because he had to, and he was very good at it. I mean, he was 260 pounds and left-handed. I mean, he was a problem. Like, thank God he was like nice. Like, if he wanted to just go out there and start just nuking guys, he could have, and he never really did.
You know, Commie, not to like, just to further to Larac, like, George was over the top nice and kind to talk to, but I think we should preface, like, all these guys, as much as we talk about like the Semenkos and the Proberts, how they just, the look of them, these guys were all like, they were all awesome people. Like, the tough guys are just the best.
The best.
The best.
Yeah, the best teammates.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah. Larac asked me to fight once. I literally laughed at him. It was game 2 of the Stanley Cup final. I think we were up by a few goals or something. I think it was either games 1 or 2. I'd have to go through it anyway.
Setting the tone.
Yeah, like we were, and I was right in front of the net. He turns around and he goes, "Commie, let's go." I literally started laughing. I'm like, "Okay, George," and I was gone up the ice. I mean, and then just some other names that I had Chris Neal on here. He's kind of like a Sean Thornton to me a little bit. Like, had an incredible career, 1,000 games, all one team. Like, I mean, he was tough too. There's no question. Who else? I mean, some guys that I played with too. I mean, and a little bit older area. Like, I played with him a little bit, but he was before my time most of his career. Jim McKenzie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Jim McKenzie, you didn't see there.
Not too many guys wanted to fight
where Jim McKenzie lost.
Yeah.
Like, he was tough too. I mean, Brant Myers, and then I wanted to give a shout out.
I was with Mizey in Providence. Oh, mama, you can put him on any list.
He's tough too.
Talk about a lefty.
Oh yeah, big time. I played with him in Lowell the lockout year. Man, that guy was an animal. And he looked like a Metro kind of like.
Oh yeah, him and Sheldon Surrey, like the prettiest looking people, like the perfect physique and everything, and just
really nice and nice
always smelled good and like fancy. Yeah,
sit at the table and like cross his legs. You know what I mean? Like when I first met him, I'm like, man, who is this guy? And I played with him, and he just goes on. I'm like, oh my God. And then I wanted to, he ended up playing a few games. You get his highlights. I wanted to give a shout out. This guy did it forever, mostly in the minors, played in every league. Trevor Gillies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he went a nuclear
Oshawa General
on the island.
I played against him in the minor and the juniors. Oh baby.
Man, he did that forever, and that guy was tough. Big time. Anyways,
I'll throw another name out that came. He wouldn't be on the list, but one of like the coolest tough guys ever was Rippin, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Rippin.
Like to see him. I got more enjoyment out of watching his fights in the National League than anybody else's for the year I was in Vancouver, because you knew he was going to do a move with his hands. He like Gold Glove boxer, and he was always taking on the Giants, and he was always going to sneak up on someone. He had the block. It was so Ripper in our era he couldn't probably hang because of his stature, but tougher than anybody I've ever met pound for pound. Not even close.
another promotion to our archives section of the Clearing the Crease podcast. A great episode with Howe Gill as both 6'7" Howe Gill and 6'4" Mike Commodore, both on the receiving end of some of those Gold Glove skills.
Yeah, I tasted that and left a couple times. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I saw that blocking.
I'll never forget how mad Skills he was at me. I was sitting at that bar and over after, like, what in the world was that? His face is all messed up. He's like, what? We were sitting at Earl's after having food. He's like, what? Did you no heads up on that at all? I'm like, dude, should have asked me.
Honorable mentions, as you touched on, a couple of names that didn't make the cut, but I do want to throw them out there. From Jim, my father was insistent. Razor, you may have heard this name, John Wensick.
Oh yeah.
Go check out some of those. Calling out the entire Stars bench back in the 70s. Some great fights to see him. John Kordick. Man, obviously life derailed with a lot of demons, but my goodness, tough as hell. Rob Ray, I think at every level. Stories about him, even in the American League as well. Tony Twist. Chris Nyland.
We didn't even say
Knuckles Nyland. And another one, the last one I'm going to throw out, Dave Brown. Dave Brown. Man,
all the old guys say that. Dave Brown's like at the top of the guys who played against Dave Brown. He's always at the top of the list. And then Stu's got his Baumgartner, Mick Vakota, Rob Ray, Brad May, and then of course Matthew Barnaby. Need a shout out for Pat LaFontaine's bodyguards.
His bodyguards at his time. Yeah, exactly. See, look at LaFontaine, all the health issues after he left New York, right? After he left the islands. He didn't have Mick Vakota and Ken Baumgartner anymore. Speaking of Barney, that was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks very much going down. I hope everybody enjoyed that.